I had a rough day today. It was the first day of Mercury retrograde. I did not know that. So now I have to push back the launch of my store because it was supposed to launch on spring, the first day of spring, March 20th. I log into an Instagram account I haven't used in a month, and the first message I see is Mercury retrograde between now and April 7th. This is not the best time to start a new business or launch a new project. And it wasn't just that. Somebody, and I'm not going to say who, killed my tomato plant. They didn't kill him, he ain't dead. But he is now in the water. I don't know how he got chopped in half by one of my kids, but it did. And that is like the last surviving plant from everything that I tried to grow. I had tomato plants, I had pepper plants, killed all of them, overwatered them, did all types of stuff. I do have four lemon trees growing now, though, that I had to move in here since they cannot be trusted in the kitchen around them daggone kids. I felt very low today. There was no sun, and I like a rainy day, not a gloomy day. If it's going to be gray, give me rain. I just keep it a stack. I have very heavy Saturn placements in my chart. So I experience a lot of setbacks in my life. You know, you ever hear about that passage in the Bible that was like, the last shall be first and the first shall be last? I am that last. you know, and just sometimes I don't feel supported. Is it true? No, because I do have support, but it just, comparison is the thief of joy. And this is true. I just feel like in a lot of ways, maybe I'm a late bloomer for some things. I feel like I feel like I'm playing catch up with my life a lot. This whole starting the gifts and apparel brand, Project Fury, it's been fun to do, but then when you get to the point of, are people going to like it? Are people going to buy it? It's just like, does it matter? Am I gauging my success on creating it or making a profit from it? And it's scary because I don't want to be a failure. And right now I feel like a failure. Honestly, I feel like a failure. But I shouldn't feel that way because I've accomplished a lot. I've been off of hard drugs since 2019. I survived an attempt on my life. Went through rehab, got custody of all my kids back. I've helped bring them back from a very dark place. And we still have a long way to go, but we've come so far. Like, you don't even understand. My kids were so defiant. They were so traumatized. They didn't want to listen. They didn't want to go to school. They didn't want to do chores. None of that. We had to work through all of that stuff. Caseworkers, managers, and case managers, case workers, and psychiatrists, therapists. It was never ending. I did everything that I could to try to heal my family. And now we're here. And it's been a lot because it's just one of me. And then in the middle of all of that stuff, them coming back after being separated from me for 8 years, then they had to deal with their parents getting a divorce. They had only known us to be together. Then he went off and immediately got with somebody and got her pregnant. This is what the kids are going through after just so much change, moving from the inner city out to the middle of the mountains, having to switch schools, then having to be homeschooled, then worrying about whether or not they could trust me and whether I was going to stay sober. And then I had started driving, so then there was anxiety with that. It was just so much. It was so much that they went through, y'all. And sometimes I feel like I forget that. I feel like I look at what I'm not doing or where I'm not, and I forget to look at how far I've come. It's hard for me to celebrate my wins, and a lot of times all I can see is my flaws. And it doesn't help when you have other people pointing them out. You're like, oh, you're a dark Scorpio, no, like, I stay away from people because people make you feel like there's something wrong with you when you're just being yourself. Oh, why are you laughing when that's not funny? Why aren't you doing this? Why are you doing that in that way? Why don't you do it like this? And after a certain point, you just want to stop apologizing for simply existing. I used to walk in a room and just feel like I needed to apologize because I felt like I wasn't enough. I felt like I was being judged. I felt like I was wearing rags. I felt like uncomfortable in my own skin. There's so much I go through that I don't talk about because first of all, there's nobody to tell. My husband was my best friend. That didn't turn out well. God, that turned so toxic. It's like when he went to jail and came back, he was a totally different person. And I'm not even joking. It's to the point where I even told him, I was like, what are you? Who are you? Because it's like they cloned you or something. It's weird. What happened to him is like what happens to celebrities when they go away and they come back and they're totally different. That's what happened to my ex-husband, my dead ex-husband. So it was just weird. I don't know. There's so many things that happened to my family and to me that was very traumatizing that you still have to take care of day-to-day things like paying bills and feeding kids. So in a lot of ways, I did not process those things. And matter of fact, I know I haven't processed like heck of stuff. Because what got me into rehab to begin with was the attempt on my life. Somebody poisoned me. They tried to kill me. This girl tried to kill me. Not a girl, a woman. A woman way older than me. Way older than me. I don't even think about that, let alone process. I've never processed that. I don't think about it. All I think about is the fact that I was like suicidal when I went in, and that's how I got into rehab. I would just think about being in rehab, but I never actually sit down and think, yo, someone tried to take you out and you survived that. And maybe I need to talk to my therapist about that. I don't know. I just know that starting this new business is triggering a lot of childhood trauma that is connected to feeling insignificant and like I'm not enough and that I'm going to fail. So every single day I'm pushing through that. This retrograde is very hard on water signs. I don't know what it is with the Mercury. I don't know what it is with the Mercury retrograde that affects water signs so deeply, because my earth sign, she's been loving this retrograde. Like, she had a great day. My day was just awful. It was just one thing after the other. If anything could go wrong, it went wrong. Which, by the way, I hope Deer Run makes this situation with me right. I got this bike, this elliptical bike or whatever, and the left pedal, when I went to take the bolt off, it stripped the screw, so I can't screw it into my bike. It's completely put together, except for that left pedal. And it's like, I emailed the company who's like, oh, if you need anything, send us the email, blah, 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 blah. I done sent a freaking video of what happened, a typed explanation, pictures. With the fifth email, once we get to the fifth email, I was just like, respectfully, if your company is unwilling or unable to send me a replacement piece for the faulty piece that I received, I'm just going to need to go on ahead and pack this bike right back up and send it back to where it came from for a full refund, because this is just too much. So I have to wait. Whatever, fine. I got to wait. I got to push my launch back. I got to wait to see what's going to happen with the bike. I got to take a deep breath and just take the leap of faith and just open my business. It is what it is. I'm going to give it a go. I'm not going to give up. I'm too invested at this point to just give up. I'm not going to give up. I can't. And plus, the added pressure of the fact that their father kind of just tapped out, no deed, and left everybody to fend for themselves, and I'm the only parent they have left. I don't get to just give up. I don't get to do that. And I wouldn't want to anyway. My pride won't let me. If nothing else, I will be successful out of spite. Because sometimes that is the best I can do, is to just do it out of spite. Because I just get so tired of people telling me what I need to be. Why don't you just leave me alone and let me be what I am? I don't know why people just don't let people be what they are, because they're going to be that anyway. All these opinions, people are weighed down by your opinions and your expectations. Just leave people alone. We down here doing the best that we can. Most of us don't even want to be here. But I feel like on some level, I agreed to be here before I was born to try to help out. Because I rarely meet people like me. Rarely ever. Rarely ever. Matter of fact, the only people, most of well, I don't want to say the only people that are like me are my kids, because that's not true. But it's very rare to find a person that cares about other people to the point where they feel the weight of the world on their shoulders and they feel this drive, this innate drive to just serve. And sometimes you end up just being a doormat. A doormat. You know, people trauma dump on you. They blame you for things. They misunderstand you. They try to put you in positions that make you uncomfortable, you know, with the passive aggressive stuff. And then you know, defend yourself. And now, oh, you're an angry black woman. And it's like, why are you poking and, provoking and prodding at me when I'm just over here trying to heal my business? But, you know, I feel like we all just doing the best that we can. And some of us just don't really care about much. Just, you know, eat, have a little bit of sex, and go to work and go to sleep, wake up, wash, rinse, repeat. And that seems to be enough. And it's just not enough for me. But I mean, we here now. We're gonna make the best of it. And I know I honestly do believe tomorrow is gonna be a better day. Today was just a little rough, and it's been a while since I had a rough day. But I'm grateful that I saw that message about the retrograde, because who launches a business in the middle of a retrograde? Like, what? Especially in online business, when you know Mercury retrograde affects communication. Like, you got to triple read emails during a Mercury retrograde. I had to just listen to God. Because in the morning I pray, I'm like, God, Holy Spirit, just guide me through this day. Please help me be a good mom. And please just guide me. I don't know what I'm doing. And that's what I was guided to. So I had to listen. And I really sat there like, do you really want to change your launch date? Because I had just started heavily promoting that launch date. And it's like, girl, at the end of the day, don't nobody care. Oh, I'm sorry, kitty. I don't even know when she's in here. Hi, mamas. Hi, mamas. My cat don't come in here when I yell at Judah. I love you. Thank you so much for being here and spending time with me. Being a single mom is not easy. I never expected to do it. Never expected to be a single mom. But I'm working through it. And I appreciate you being here on my healing journey. You're the only adults I talk to. I'm surrounded by teenagers, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And every time I start to, what I don't like though is the fact today, and I feel like the thing that made today bad was me, because in my mind I kept entertaining scenarios of me cussing people out. That's just let's cut to it. That's what it was. And at some point, shout out to Adunla, the Oracle. She had a lesson the other day about the Ori and how it connects us to the Godhead. So ever since she said that, I've been trying to keep my thoughts pure, because it's like, girl, God is listening. You are directly connected to the Most High. I'm going to need you to keep it clean. And I've been having some very, very impure thoughts. Like, so impure, like they cannot have come from me. I really want to get off social media. Like, I want to just not, I want to get on, post some stuff, and get off. Because it's just so negative. And I feel like I'm starting to pick up on energies that have nothing to do with me. And I'm starting to have thoughts that have nothing to do with things that I'm interested in. And it's like, I'm programming myself with negativity and then wondering why I'm stressed out. And then I get overwhelmed by those thoughts. Like, oh, we got to detox from social media because it's been giving me false dopamine all this time. So now my natural dopamine receptors are weakened. So it's this whole process, and just the thought of it is overwhelming. So then you know, watch even more YouTube to try to not deal with what you need to deal with, which is basically I need to get my life together. Stop stressing, trust the process, and just do what I know I need to do to get where I want to go. Easier said than done. But it can be done because this is part of growing up. All right. And I told my son that the other day. I was like, I'm still growing up. It's not just you. And I make mistakes every day. I love my kids, y'all. And they have my face. It's pretty hard to stay mad at them. Because that look in their eyes, they just be so sorry for the mistakes they made. They're not trying to be clumsy or thoughtless. Like, they don't mean to do these things. They don't. And I really am learning patience. I should have never prayed that prayer the other day. And I knew I messed up when I did it. Oh, Lord, I just want to learn how to be more patient. Well, you going to learn how to be patient now. Because now that's coming in the form of them working every single nerve in my body and me just having to deal with it. Like, this is why I need to just stop asking for stuff. Like, I need to just say thank you and keep it shut when it comes to prayer. I love you. Thank you for spending time with me here in Fury World. If you're interested in more videos about mental health, spirituality, or mental parenthood, thank you for spending time with me here in Fury World. If you're interested in more videos about mental health, single parenting, or spirituality, check out my playlist. If you're interested in checking out my music, it's available on all music streaming platforms worldwide under my artist name, The Fury of Abyss. If you are interested in gifts for all occasions, check out projectfury.etsy.com. I love you, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace. Subscribe if you like, hit the like if you like me.